Welcome to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast, where we share tips, techniques, and true stories to support you in using the law of attraction and alchemy to create magic and live the life of your dreams. Here's your host, the founder of dailyalchemy.com, Michelle Martin Dobbins.
Hi, this is Michelle Martin Dobbins, and this is the Adventures in Alchemy podcast. And today I want to talk to you about blessing your food, which is something that almost every major religion does. And I'm not necessarily talking about from a religious standpoint here, but I think there's a reason why it is so widely practiced. But I think most people, it is something that they do just by rote. And when you don't have the meaning and the feeling and the intention behind it, I don't think it makes that big of an impact. Because, as when we talk about alchemy and the law of attraction and everything, it's how you feel that matters. So, I'm sure that saying those words of a blessing over your food has a certain vibration that is beneficial. But if you're not really feeling that blessing, then I don't necessarily think that it has the highest benefit that it could. So when I talk about blessing our food, I really look at it as feeling as thankful as I can for having the food. And I try to put love into my food before I eat it. I'm sure a lot of you might be familiar with Dr. Emoto and his water experiments. And if you're not, I'll just briefly tell you, you can Google him. But he put words on the outside of water bottles and containers, and then he froze the crystals to see how the words affected the water. And he found out that loving words made these beautiful crystals, and the results were not so good with negative words. And I think we've all seen that in lots of experiments. Like when you send love to an object of food, I've seen people do this with potatoes. We did it with plants. If you send love to one, it's going to stay healthy longer, not rot as fast. Plants, they will grow better. So when I talk about blessing your food, I'm actually talking about the biggest aspect for me is sending loving intentions to your food before you eat it. Also, if you're the one preparing it, it's wonderful to be doing that while you're preparing it. Sometimes I myself will actually, before I eat my food, will visualize the word love written onto the food, or maybe like the infinity symbol or a heart, or I sometimes use Reiki symbols, but that's definitely not necessary. But anything that kind of gets that energy up in your food before you eat it. I just believe that everything has an energy, and our intentions and our beliefs around our food, I think that we can get a better benefit from almost from any food that we eat if we are intentionally really being present with the food, sending loving thoughts to the food, and kind of giving it the highest vibration that we can. I especially do this if I'm eating something that's not organic or not healthy. And I don't know how much of an impact it makes, but I do believe that it does make some impact, because I think that how we feel and think about things has a great impact on how they affect us. And I also want to share quickly with you before I go a blessing, or I'm not sure if it's more of a blessing or an intention, instructions someone taught me many years ago, and I wish I could remember who. It was at a Unity church, like 20 years ago, about how they blessed their food and the intentions they set. And basically they did a 2-step process that I found to be really beneficial. One is they tell the food before they eat it, usually inside their mind, not outside. So you can do this anywhere you are and not feel like a crazy person. But they tell their food that to please nourish their mind, body, and spirit, and that they are, happy to receive all the nutrients and nourishment from it. And then they tell their body to integrate everything that is good into the food, into their body, and to transmute and eliminate anything that is not for their highest good. So it's kind of a two-step process, asking the food to deliver everything that's good to them, asking the body to take in everything that's good, and transmute or eliminate everything that is not good. And I know when I practiced that, I saw a real difference in how my digestion process worked. And I felt a lot healthier and a lot better. So it's definitely worth a try. I do believe that our bodies respond to our intentions and our instructions, and that the food as well can do that. So let me know if you have any ways that you bless your food or treat your food before you eat it. I know sometimes I put Reiki energy into mine. I think a lot of other people do that kind of thing. But if you have something that you do, I would love to hear about it. I'd love to hear the results that you get from it. And if it's something that we could share with everybody here on the podcast, I would love to be able to do that. So feel free to send me an email or post it on my Facebook page, or on Twitter. And again, if you're looking for me, you can find me on dailyalchemy.com. And if you look in the right-hand corner, there is a little circle with an envelope, and you click on that and it will get you to my email. And you can let me know how you bless your food and how it affects your body after you do that. So may today be your best day yet. Go out and make it a magical day. And I'll talk to you on the next podcast. Namaste.
Thanks for listening to the Adventures in Alchemy podcast. Connect with me on thedailyalchemy.com or Facebook at facebook.com/Michelle Dobbins, author. Join us next time for even more magical life tips.